get this show started!
In today's video, Valentina Shevchenko breaks silence following UFC 285's loss. Stipe Miocic reveals what he was saying to Jones in attendance at UFC 285. UFC's pound-for-pound ranking update. UFC 285 pay-per-view buys revealed. Jon Jones gives the UFC an ultimatum. Francis Ngannou praises Jones's victory over Ciryl Gane. And Alex Pereira posts new, intense sparring footage. The world of mixed martial arts was stunned when longtime flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko was dethroned by Alexa Grasso at UFC 285. Having had time to reflect on Saturday's defeat, Shevchenko issued her first public statement on Instagram. She wrote, "Thank you everyone for the support, truly appreciate all of you. In good and bad, thank you for being with me. Difficult times build strong people. Martial arts is my life and I will be back for immediate rematch stronger than ever. Fight doesn't forgive any mistake. Especially, it feels frustrating when you is dominating all the fight. No excuses, only hard work. Ready to start all over. Love you all." In his post-fight interview at UFC 285, Jon Jones called out Stipe Miocic to a fight. Stipe was in attendance and was seen saying something to Jones. In an interview with Chris Weidman on SiriusXM, Miocic revealed what he said to Jones and said that he took Jones's post-fight comments personal.
Jon Jones is doing his interview with Rogan, and they put you on camera. He starts talking about how he's going to beat you, and they got camera on you, and you were mouthing some words. And I did some lip reading, and I have a feeling I knew what you were saying, but I'm not sure. What, can you tell us what you were thinking at that time and what you were saying? Bring it. I love it. That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
Bro, like people, you're the nicest dude ever. Love you to death. You're a freaking awesome friend. But when you get serious, like when it's fight time, when it's a fight, when it's someone you're going to be fighting, you're freaking all business. So Jon Jones talking shit to you like this, I don't think it's something that you just take like lightly. Like, okay, no, you're going to make him pay for these words.
I take it personal.
You do take it personal. Like if Volante decided to go hang out with Jon Jones right now, like you might not be friends with Volante anymore because like at this point you and Jon Jones are enemies. You guys are enemies.
Never talk to him again.
Stipe has also confirmed that the UFC has contacted him to fight Jones for the heavyweight championship at International Fight Week.
Obviously this is going to be a big fight. Did they give you a date yet or anything? Did you guys talk to the UFC?
Yeah, International Fight Week.
Let's go. Breaking news, International Fight Week, Stipe Miocic versus Jon Jones, and that's going to be freaking sick, man.
Jon Jones claimed the UFC's heavyweight title this past weekend and also reclaims the top position in the pound-for-pound rankings. Inactive now for more than 3 years, Jones had slid down to the number 10 spot during his layoff, but makes a massive move back up to the number 1 spot in the most recent update. Jones wasn't the only athlete to receive a big bump in the pound-for-pound rankings. New women's flyweight champion Alexa Grasso debuts on the women's pound-for-pound list at number 1, standing only behind reigning double champ Amanda Nunes. It seems like the UFC 285 event did some great pay-per-view numbers. According to manager Ali Abdelaziz, who was in attendance for the event, the UFC 285 pay-per-view buys came in at around 1 million buys. This tremendous success was expected considering Jon Jones brings in over 550,000 pay-per-view buys on average. On Tuesday, Abdelaziz tweeted, "Crazy, last pay-per-view almost 1 million, insane." The pay-per-view price was $79.99, so if these numbers are accurate, the pay-per-view revenue would be around $80 million, which is a crazy number. What do you guys make of these numbers? Do you believe that UFC 285 could touch 1 million pay-per-view buys? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Jon Jones' return to action at UFC 285 found its first impediment before he could even step foot inside the octagon. Jones was stopped by officials for having his left foot and toe taped and was only allowed inside the cage after cutting the tape off. On the UFC 285 post-show on ESPN, Jones explained the tape on his toe as a precautionary measure due to an injury he suffered years ago in his UFC 159 fight against Chael Sonnen. Here's the clip.
So I broke my toe when I fought Chael Sonnen years ago, and ever since then, every day at practice, I tape my toe just to ensure that it doesn't pop out again. Every once in a while, the toe is totally fine, but every once in a while, if I pivot on it too hard, it sends the most excruciating pain up my body, and I just never want to compete without my toe taped again. So hopefully the proper people hear me, and I don't run into this issue again.
During UFC 285's post-fight presser, Jones also claimed that he'll not be competing again if he can't tape his toes.
I used the UFC's tape tonight, and as soon as my body started to sweat, the tape was sliding all over the place. And so I made almost like a little cast around my toe that linked down to the middle of my foot, so that the tape wouldn't slide off my toes. And when I got out there, the commission was just like, you can't tape your feet. And I'm like, dude, I've always taped my feet. I'm not going to compete if I can't tape my toes. I just won't do it. I want everyone to know that for the future. So thank God we didn't have a disaster out there tonight. But they ended up changing the tone a little bit. They allowed me to keep my toes taped, and they had made me take the rest of the tape off the rest of my foot. And it was a nice little distraction going into the fight.
Francis Ngannou has praised Jon Jones for his great performance at UFC 285, but is admittedly disappointed that they will never fight. The former UFC champ recently weighed in on Jones' great performance in a video posted to his YouTube channel. He said, "I knew that if Jon Jones showed up in good space mentally, not like his last two fights, he's going to prevail in this fight. But I didn't see this fight going this short. I think this fight could have been longer." I was surprised though. I was surprised the way the fight ended, and I think even seeing Cyryl's reaction, he was surprised as well because he wasn't even defending. He wasn't thinking that a submission could come from where he was. That was quite a great performance from Jones. Not very surprising, because I knew that if I could out-wrestle Ciryl, Jon would be another story. He would have a hard night if Jon could lay in on him, but what I did notice is that Jon was rushing. Jon didn't want to give him space because I think he was afraid of something. Maybe he'd get exhausted at some point, not be able to grab him. So he was chasing him from the very first minute to grab him. It worked out pretty good, but it tells me something like he wasn't very confident. He was rushing, which is good for him. Alex Pereira has posted new sparring footage of him battering his training partner.
That's just game. It says that after game, you know what's coming next. That's just game, you know what's coming. That's just game. It says that after game, you know what's coming next.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named MMA Locker Room. Our second place meme was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named SMDissolve03. And our top pick was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named As Shopped As It Gets. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.